Okay, so your name is Jami Mahmoud. Is that
Yes,
correct?
Jamil Mahmoud. Yeah,
Okay, nice to meet you. So you'll be
nice to meet you.
a representative of Comoros in our podcast.
Thank
So
you. I will try to.
before we start, can you please introduce yourself?
Okay, so as you said, my name is Jamil Mahmoud. I'm a Comorian citizen. I'm 55 years old. I've been working in Comoros for the last 30 years. Before that, I was abroad studying, and I have my main activity is to run a family company specialized in medical gases and industrial gases as well, like oxygen for hospitals, acetylene gas for cutting, welding, industrial gases in general. And I'm a distributor as well for cooking gas in Comoros. So my company is called Gascom. And I have a few other activities. You know, it's a small place, so you have to keep busy by doing several things. And I think that's why we are talking today. The way you found me is at the same time I'm the honorary consul of Brazil in Comoros, because Comoros is covered by a Brazilian embassy, which is based in Tanzania and which covers Comoros, I mean Tanzania, obviously Comoros and Seychelles. So I act as the representative of Brazil here in Comoros.
Oh, okay, okay. So, which city you were born in Comoros?
No, myself, I was born very far away. I was born in New Caledonia.
Oh, really?
Yeah, in the Pacific. Because before 75, I mean, Comoros took its independence in 75. Okay. So before that, Comorians were French citizens. It was a French colony. So my father was a military, and as a military, he was based in New Caledonia time, and it happens that I was born there.
Okay, but do you have a Comoros passport? Are you a
Yes,
Comoros
sure.
citizen?
I'm Comoran citizen, and Comoros is independent since 75. Since then, so
Ah, okay,
we have Comoran citizenship.
ah, okay, interesting. And I found you because I was looking for some work for Brazilian consulate. Yeah. So, uh, what do you do to represent Brazil in Comoros? I'm wondering what do you do? What your things you do? Do you support Brazilians who wants to travel there? There are Brazilian who lives there. I'm curious about that.
So actually, as honorary council, I don't know how it works, but honorary council are mostly local citizens of the country where they live, but at the same time, they represent a foreign country. So I'm representing Brazil, but I'm still a citizen, a Comoran citizen in Comoros. But I have an official status, and that came before because, as I told you, a Tanzanian embassy is based. Brazilian embassy is based in Tanzania, and it was kind of new relationship, diplomatic relationship, and it was complicated sometimes to communicate without local representatives. So that's how I came in the picture. There was it was in 2013. Brazilian delegation came to Comoros, and as an entrepreneur, business people, I met with the delegation and the ambassador at that time, and we We had that friend relationship. Sometimes I had to help in a way to communicate with the administrations, etc. And then after maybe 1 or 2 years, I was proposed to become honorary consul that I accepted with a great pleasure, as Brazil is a great country, and I was very happy uh, to get this opportunity. And I'm still happy with it.
Okay.
So my work, you don't have much Brazilians in Comoros, as you can guess. Sometimes you have people coming around. Sometimes you have people here, but not much. Not as in Mozambique, for example, where there's a big community because it's uh, a Portuguese-speaking country. You have a few hundred people, Brazilian citizens living in Tanzania, for example, but Comoros not so much. But most of my work is the to help and build a stronger relationship between the two countries. And there was some difficult times where there was that period in Brazil where there was a lot of instability, political instability when I started. Um, and now, the last years, things are getting better, and things are quite moving fast. So we've signed a few agreements, um, uh, cooperation agreements, and I think soon as well, Comoros plan to open uh, representation in Brazil. I don't know when it will be, but it's on the. I mean, things are moving on very well. So the
Okay.
idea is to bring over Brazilian companies, Brazilian tourists to Comoros, and maybe send Comorans to Brazil, like for students or even workers or whatever, and have that relationship. Because the people here, they know Brazil through TV, through the media, the football, etc., but they don't know the country itself because they consider it like far away, and that's true. So the idea is to make this relationship strong, grow, stronger and better.
Okay. Got it. And in Comoros, you speak French and Arabic. Is that correct?
Yeah, these are our official languages, but we have our own language, which is the Comorian language, Chikomori. It's our language, and it's close to Swahili language. It has the same roots, but it's a different language. But the languages are quite close, and we have a lot of, we in the middle of the sea. If you say our location, just in between Madagascar and Tanzania. And so Comorians have a lot of travel a lot, and has diaspora on the surrounding countries as well. So
Okay.
we speak French as a French former colony, but then we are part of the Arab League, and our two official languages, written languages for administration, are French and Arabic.
Okay.
And spoken language is Shikomori. Mm.
Can you can you say something in Komori just to hear your accent?
Abo tukaanza mlaulioni ni wandoshi mrishilio yangu leo kamtsolewaza na bao sha tukaanza nironge shikomori mbavi. So I was just greeting the people listening to your podcast and saying hello in Comorian.
Okay, it's very different this language for me.
Yeah. So Swahili and Komori are the origin of the language, and the population is a Bantu population, Bantu language mixed up with Arabic language. Yeah, so
Ah,
maybe
okay.
there's some 35% of Arabic uh, words in the language. So that's the basis of the language.
Okay. And most people of Comoros is Muslim.
Yeah, I wouldn't say 100%, but let's say 99.9%. Actually, we are all born Muslims. Huh? It's a Muslim country. We are all Muslims at origin, but we have populations original from other countries as well, like Madagascar, which are not Muslims, uh, or even France, but Comorian citizens with different origins, but very few people. But Comorians are born Muslims.
Okay, okay. And maybe I will interview someone from New Caledonia in the podcast. I don't
Hmm.
know. Do you have
Yeah.
contacts there, people there that I can talk and maybe we can do that?
No, I don't have contact because I was born there, but I left there. I was only 2 years old. I've never been there again. So I don't have contacts there, and it's very far. I promised myself to go there and visit the place I was born, but I didn't have the time and opportunity yet.
Okay, no, no, no problem. And do you intend to come to Brazil someday?
Yes, sure. I plan to come, let's say next year, 2025. I think I will come over.
Okay, nice. If you come to São Paulo, maybe we can meet, okay? Because if they open Comoros embassy, I don't know, it will be in Brasilia. It's very far from my
Yeah,
city. Yeah,
sure, sure.
but in any
I've been in
case,
Sao Paulo once, actually.
oh
Yeah,
really?
yeah, been there in 2016. We had a delegation, which was delegate okay for the Olympic Games, and at the same time we had an official delegation. So, and I was part of the delegation. So I came through Sao Paulo, then we went to Rio for the games, and went to Brasilia for the official visit as well.
Oh, okay. And what do you think about São Paulo?
Sao Paulo, it's a huge city. Of course, I had to ask people because I didn't know where to go exactly. When you're from a small country like ours and very quiet, and you come to a city like Sao Paulo, you better ask, where should I be? It was great, actually. It was very quiet, nice place. Before I went to Rio.
Rio is more beautiful than São Paulo, but okay, São Paulo is a great city. I love here.
Yeah, yeah, I didn't have much time there, actually.
Okay,
Like, mm.
okay, got it.
And as a first trip, an official trip, I didn't have much room to go around and do touristic stuff. It was more like work and busy trip.
Got it. Got it. And what about the food? When you came to Brazil, did you
Oh,
try?
I enjoyed the food very much. This is
Really?
something I'll always talk about. The food, the meat, especially, is great. I loved it. I mean, whatever I had
And
was great.
what do you use to eat in Comoros?
So in Comoros, most of our specialties are specialties from different places that we have adapted to our own tastes. We have Indian uh, origins as well. In the Indian Ocean, we have a lot of Indian population, Arabic population, East African population. So our food is a reflect of all these influences.
Okay,
Okay. We do a lot of food with coconut milk, like coconut banana, coconut rice, coconut whatever. We can make it with coconut as well. Sweet, uh, a lot of rice specialties as well. Um, uh, what else? I mean, it's a very, it's tropical food, huh? and we have all these tropical fruits as well, like mangoes, like lychees, like all this kind of food you can find, papaya. Yeah? So our food is very tasty and spiced as well. We are called the Spice Islands because we grow a lot of spice. It's a specialty, like all different spice you can find, but we are a big exporter of cloves. You know, uh, then we have all the different spices you can find in the region or in India, Indian spices, or in Zanzibar as well. Yeah.
Okay, got it, got it. And if you wanna go to Comoros, I think it would be like beaches to go. Tell me a little bit about the tourist.
Yeah, I mean, so until now, Comoros is not a really touristic place. So uh, we don't have much hotels. It's quite confidential, tourism in Comoros, which in some ways is a good thing because you can go to beach and just stand alone, for the whole day in the white sand beach.
Okay,
That is very pleasant. Uh, in the main island, which is where I live in Grand Comoros, we have the beach, we have the sea as well because we are on islands, but we have a volcano which is still active, which stands up to 2,000, a little bit less, 2,400 meters high, and it's half of the island, is dominated by this volcano, so you can hike on the volcano as well. So you have both mountains, tropical forests, and beaches. And we have 4 islands, but one of the islands is Mayotte, which you must have heard about it because recently it was hit by a very uh, big and hot storm. But that island was kept by the French, by France. So Comoros has a fight, a legal fight with France because of this territory that we are claiming. But it's ruled by the French administration. Okay. Then you have Moheli, which is the smallest island, which is the most beautiful island as well, which is totally almost untouched with a lagoon. You can go to the beach, you'll see the turtles. Very. We have the giant bats, the biggest bats ever, called Livingston bats, uh, and it's a place where everything grows by itself. You have Anjouan. Anjouan is the second island in size. When talking about the 3 islands, of course, I don't know, and the 3 independent islands, and it's more hilly, a lot of hills. It's where we find the biggest crops for exports, like coffee beans, crops, vanilla, ilang ilang, ilang, which is a flower. I don't know if you know about it, which is used in the perfume industry. So ilang ilang oil, Comoros is the #1 exporter in the world for ilang ilang oil. We export vanilla as well. Yeah, the best quality vanilla, like in Madagascar, but in small quantities because Madagascar is a huge country. We have a small
yeah,
territory, but very good quality. Uh, yeah, and then Grand Comore, it's the place where I live, which is more administrative island, but we have still the same. It's the newest island in terms of age, the island itself. So it's brand new. It's a volcanic island. The soil is rocky, black soil. You could still see, the lava from uh, from how you call it. I mean, when the volcano, because last time there was lava coming outside the volcano was in 1977, but the volcano is still active. It still moves. Sometimes, yeah, you can feel it. And it's black soil and it's green everywhere because, it's a very green place. Everything
Okay.
grows by itself. Yeah. And we have, what else can I say about it? We have two seasons. Like now it's the hot season, hot and humid season up to May. And then we'll have the dry season, which is cooler, like from June to October or November, it depends. Yeah.
And oh, I think rains a lot there. Yes.
Sorry? Rains, yeah, yeah, yeah. Especially that season, there's a lot of rain, and in all the whole region, we have a lot of storms as well.
Ah, okay.
During up to March, from November to March, the storm season.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
We are quite protected by Madagascar because storms comes from the east mostly, and they eat Madagascar, or maybe 90%. So we are behind. But sometimes
Oh,
the storms come inside the channel, like recently, that one that hit Mayotte very hard, and the island is totally devastated. But here on the other islands, even though we are very close, we were not hit by the storm. So it's a matter of luck as well.
yeah. Yeah.
But
And
with the climate change, we can feel that there are more and more every year. There are more storms coming here.
okay. And since people from Brazil, most of them don't know Comoros, I would like to ask you: is it a safe place?
I think it's the safest place ever. You
Oh,
know,
really?
yeah, it's a small territory. Everybody knows each other. On the three islands, we are not even 1 million people. It's something around 900,000 people. And we are all the same religion, the same beliefs, the same customs, and there's a lot of social activity all around the year. We have that special thing in Comoros, which is a traditional wedding, which is a wedding that includes the whole country. When you have a wedding, I mean, the whole people participate. So you can see people fight for politics or for whatever, but when it comes to these events, everybody sits together, pray together, uh, talk and laugh together. Yeah, you can go out even though you don't know the place all night long. Nobody will bother you. I mean, it's a very quiet place, and people like foreigners especially. So if people know that, especially to say Brazil, then Brazil has a very, very positive image. The people are very friendly, and most probably they will see you and invite you at their home. This is how it works.
Okay. Yeah, maybe someday I go to your country. I
You're
love
welcome.
talking to you. Yeah,
You're
very
all
nice.
welcome. Yeah.
Uh,
No, it's a
I
very safe place. We have our challenges in terms of development, economy, but the place, there's one thing that we we are very proud of it is the fact that it's a very safe place.
okay, okay. So it
Especially
was,
when you come from a place like Sao Paulo, I think you will feel it straight
yeah, of
away.
course. Yeah, of course. So it was a pleasure to meet you. It was very interesting to hear about Comoros.
And I appreciate. I think it's very interesting what you do to help people discover the world through discussions like chat like that. It's a great thing,
Okay,
and
okay.
I'll become a follower now. Of your podcast.
Thank you, thank you. I do appreciate that. Okay, so
Thank you.
again, nice to meet you. See you.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.